Hello, let's do the Netflix puzzled Starstruck and Snippets for July 22nd. We'll do the easy and then the hard for Starstruck. Easy is called Gen Z. What we need to do is in each row, each column, and each colored region, we're placing exactly one star. Stars also can't touch each other, even diagonally. So these three here in indigo, there's going to be a star in indigo somewhere. That's going to use up the column. And then that places us. So before I place this star, I will also mention it's good to know that this kind of three cells in a row, it also gets rid of this one and this one to its left because it would touch wherever the star goes, and stars can't touch. But this also does it because we're going to place the star in red. That places the star in orange, and then yellow, and then indigo. And then gray's in one of these two. That removes from here. And I will also mention it removes from these two and these two for touching. This removes from the rest of the column, and it does remove those two. Brown is down to just this one. Blue, gray, green, and we're done. All right, really not bad at all. Pretty plunkery. Let's do the hard. It's called Great Wall. Oh no, is it another diagonal one? Hope this doesn't take a half an hour. Let's see. So this L shape removes from here because it touches the whole gray. Let's see what else we can get here. Is there any lineups of note? The green really gets in the way of doing lineups. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not seeing any. Wait, I do. No, I don't. We have an almost lineup, which we might actually be able to do something with. Let's just take a look. Actually, I don't know that we can, but let's take a look anyway. So if this wasn't a star, then these three columns would have blue, gray, and yellow completely in it. And so as a result, we wouldn't be able to have another star to the right. And so we'd be getting rid of all of these. I don't know why I'm Xing them all. Right, so we get rid of all these. The only other option is to have a star right here if we don't want to get rid of all these. And the star right here touches that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So it places a star there, which touches everything around it. Hard to keep track of all this, but it's interesting. So this placement is part of the alternative to not getting rid of all those X's. So let me actually make this a circle. That might help me. But I just don't see. So I just don't see a use. All right. So I don't think that almost does anything right now, unless I can find a different way to eliminate this one. Right. We know this one places this one, and so you end up with one of these two. Okay. So we only have two choices then, because we either do have it in blue over here, or we don't. This one gets rid of all those, so it places this one. And you'll notice this one looks up, this one sees that one, and so we end up with one of these two. And so as a result, that's still going to line up, right? It's still going to be a star in one of these two, which added to gray and yellow is still going to get rid of the ones up here. So for these three columns, we're never going to be placing here. It's always either going to be in blue or in one of these two reds. Hopefully that's clear why. Which means that there's definitely a star in here. There's one star in here. I don't know what to do with that information, but there's one star in there. It's kind of like its own region. All right. So can we do the same with the bottom three? Because, I mean, if you look, we've got gray, we've got dark orange here. So the only way to avoid blue being in would be to put one here. That gets rid of all of these. Not that it really matters. It gets rid of these. So yeah, that puts red in, right? So either we've got, wait, is it just for, actually in this case, I think we can just do 4 here. That's easier. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And so this is out, and all of these are out. Okay. That's much easier. That's kind of what I was seeing anyway. So we for this row, we know it's one of these 3. And so that's going to get rid of this one and this one. And that's the only one that yellow had in this column. So we're either going to be in this blue or this red. Remember that blue and red are exclusive within these 3 columns. So since blue and red are exclusive, we know this column is going to place in either red or in blue. We can't place in red and blue, so these 2 are out. And I guess that can be seen directly without, oops, that's the wrong undo. Undoed on my pen tool. This is seeable just directly. This, placing a star here eliminates these 2 because it touches, and placing a star in one of these 2 blues eliminates these because they're in blue. So these are just out. It's just another way to put that. Or you could just say that gray and yellow line up. That's another way to do it. Take your pick, I guess. Now blue and dark orange line up, so those are out, and that places this gray. Red's in one of these 2, yellow's in one of these 2, blue's in one of these 3. That gets rid of this one. Oh, actually, red and blue line up here now. Okay. Green has been reduced to these 3, if you believe it or not. So that one's out because it touches them. That almost lines up with dark orange. This column, oh no, it's down to a bunch. What did I think? Yeah. I was looking at this wedge and then I got confused. Scanned it poorly. What are these 2? Oh, yellow and green line up. So we can get rid of the rest of these 2 rows. This is a T. This touches these 3 and shares a column with this one, so it's out. This L shape gets rid of this because it touches all of them. This is now down to a mini L, which gets rid of that one. Slowly whittling. Anything else? Oh, this column has to place in indigo. It's been like that for a bit, so that one's out. And now this column has to place in brown, so we do. And that gives us indigo and orange. This column places in this dark orange. That gives us blue and red and green and yellow, and we're done. Okay, so it wasn't half an hour. That's good. That was an interesting one, though. I think I did the lineups in a little bit weird order, but I liked that almost lineup. That was good logic there. There might have been another way to see it. I'm not sure. All right, let's move on to snippets. It's called stay. All right. So we need to draw rectangles in the grid, and the numbers are every rectangle has one number, and that number is the size of it. And so and every cell is in a rectangle. So since this has to be in a rectangle, we have to drag it down to the 2, and then it's done. This has to drag down to the 3. That's done. This 2 takes that one. 3 can't go up and down, so it takes those 3. This has to be taken by the 4, so we're just going to do 4 that way. This is 2. This is 2. 3 does that. This 3 does that. Or that one goes into that 3. That's like, this just follows the tail down. What's this 4 do? It can't go left or right, so it's going to have to do a 2 by 2. And this is the only 2 by 2. This 2. I mean, this just finishes like that. All right. And it's a puppy. All right. That's why it's called stay. Well, how'd you do?